Are the Bucs the best team in football?
Yes. I think when you look at them from top to bottom, they have very few weaknesses. Right now, there's one weakness you could look at, and that's because of injury, not because of talent. That would be their secondary. Where else are you going to find a weakness on this team? Even other really good teams, possibly great teams, there are weaknesses. But this Bucs team, there are no weaknesses. There's playmakers. They know how to win the big games. They have a great pass rush. They can run the football. Leonard Fournette is playing the best of his entire career. And then the playmakers outside, it is a joke. Mike Evans, Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown looks better than he has in the last few years. I mean, he's not really getting covered. And then when you talk about their tight ends, they have 3 versatile tight ends. O.J. Howard now being healthy. I mean, it's a joke. The weapons they have, I think you have to look at them as the best team in football.
I don't agree with you, Tim Tebow. I mean, listen, we're starting off the show on the right foot because I completely disagree with you. I don't think we have to do that at all because of the very reason you brought up. You brought up their secondary. Last time I checked, that's a big issue, particularly when you look at the NFC. You look at Green Bay. You look at Dallas. You look at Los Angeles. You look at the Arizona Cardinals. And if you've got your secondary compromised in any way, it can cost you, particularly when you're trying to repeat as champions. Now let's look at the Arizona Cardinals because as far as I'm concerned, that is the reason I don't think it's fair because I'm looking at the Arizona Cardinals right now as the best team, definitely in the NFC, arguably in the National Football League. I got a quarterback in Kyler Murray that's completed 75% of his passes. He's a miniature dynamo. If it was not for Lamar Jackson, we'd be talking about him being arguably the best playmaker in the game because of his ability to move his feet and run that football. Then you've got Chase Edmonds and you got James Conner. That's more than serviceable in terms of your backfield and what you've got coming out of there. And then we get to the wideouts here. We're looking at a guy like DeAndre Hopkins, who's arguably the best wide receiver in football. We're looking at the resurrection of an A.J. Green. We're looking at a Christian Kirk. We're even looking at a Rondale Moore. And I'm looking at their weapons right now. And then I go to the defensive side of the ball, and I see them being able to get to the quarterback. They've got 12 sacks this year. I'm also looking at a top 8 ranked defense in the National Football League. Now, they struggle against the run. That is fair. They rank like 29th or whatever. But their yards against the pass, I'm talking about yards allowed. I'm talking about points allowed. The Arizona Cardinals, there's a reason that they stand alone as the undefeated team in the National Football League. They are unblemished. They've beaten Tennessee. They've beaten the Los Angeles Rams. They've beaten the San Francisco 49ers. I'm sorry. I'm going to roll with Arizona right now.
No, and those are a lot of really good points, Stephen, eh? This is a good Arizona Cardinals football team. But when you get to the playoffs, are you telling me that on a neutral field right now, you're going to take the Cardinals in a playoff game over all of these weapons, Bruce Arians, and most importantly, Tom Brady?
No.
I don't believe that you would say that. No, I don't believe you would say that.
And I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if you watch the show on Tuesday, the list is fluid. It's fluid, okay? There's fluidity here. It moves. What we're talking about is right now, presently as things stand. As things stand right now, with both teams playing the way that they're playing, I don't see how anybody can look at Arizona as being inferior to anybody in
Stephen A.
It's fluid.
We all know October, nobody will remember. To be honest, they're not even going to remember November. But at the end of the year, who's going to be the best team? And when you look at this Bucs team and you say, okay, there are weaknesses in the secondary, but when everybody's healthy, will that be a weakness? I don't think so. That's why, as a whole, this Bucs team, when healthy, is the best team in football. And I think leading into January and maybe February, I think they'll be the best team.
Well, see, my point is that we don't know about health. We saw Richard Sherman that you get straight off the couch. You're going to throw him in there over a week ago or so. Of course, he was going to come down with a hamstring injury last night, which is kind of sad. I'm wishing him nothing but the best. But then you've got Bunting and others who have been injured. We don't know when they'll come back. We don't know how healthy they are once they come back. And we also know that there's never been a reason to question Tampa Bay's offense. And let's also talk about Antonio Brown, that stud that he is. You know, he's being treated like he's some third receiver. This is a guy that had issues off the field. On the field, he has always been considered elite. And so when you look at him right now, as great as Mike Evans is and Chris Godwin is, They were never Antonio Brown. So while you've got defenses treating him like he's some third option, is beyond me. But ultimately, as the season progresses, and you're going to get better competition.
Aren't you making my point, though?
Exactly. I feel
Antonio
like
Brown
Tim
is your
just
third
swayed
receiver.
You,
Like,
swayed you completely. You want to say the Tampa Bay Bucs. You can change your mind.
Remember.
it's fine. Stephen A., it's not a big deal.
It's cool.
You can just come on, man. It's totally fine.
May I speak, ladies and gentlemen? May I speak?
Yes.
At the beginning of the season, let's be clear. I had Tampa Bay repeating, but then the season takes place. And based on what I'm witnessing, what I'm saying is I'm standing here right now and telling you that Arizona looks like a better team all around, balance-wise on both sides of the ball, than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, can that change in December? Sure it could.
Okay.
But when it changes, call me.
Okay.
Right now,
right.
the Arizona Cardinals are the better team.
But in a
Hey,
playoff
hold
game,
on,
when it
Stephen
counts the
A.
most, you want
Name
the Bucs.
drop. I got your number. I'm calling you right now, okay? Answer.
What's up? What's up?
Oh, my goodness.
That's right.
All right.